everyone, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna just do a quick updates on GameStop, AMC, and Nvidia and Bitcoin. Um, so yeah, I'll start with like a GameStop here. 1 second. So today we did push down this much here, which I was expecting. Let me just kind of show you this one whole picture. So basically we did I think went through this part, but I think the fractal was very slow. So I don't know how long it will take to make this fractal here, but I think it will most likely I will have to wait until Thursday. I think Thursday is the day that I'll probably expecting some sort of a gap up. So I don't know, maybe it could come out another roaring kitty tweet, or potentially another I don't know, maybe just dragged out until next week. So this whole thing is extremely difficult to kind of figure out the timing. So we'll have to see how this thing will play out. But I think Thursday is the day that we'll have to watch out for the next fractal, because the next fractal will be the this quick pop up to this level, which is a $35 level. So I think that's kind of what I'm looking at. And then maybe Friday pullback, and then coming on Monday and Tuesday, maybe another rally here, which what happened to May 3rd. So I think that's kind of what I'm expecting. But like I said, it's the market makers. It's difficult to time the market as they wanted to drag it out as further as they can. But yeah, that's kind of where the GameStop is. I think there's gonna be a potentially another big move coming up fairly soon. But yeah, we are just kind of looking for the time. I think they're just really dragging the time. Maybe they want to accumulate more in order to run this thing even bigger. I think the next run will be bigger than May run. So I think maybe they need more time in terms of the settlements and I don't know, whole thing. So that's GameStop. So and also there's XRT Reg Show T plus 13 period is ending on January 6th, which is on Monday. So I think that's when the I don't know, I do remember it really depends on the stock and then timing, but sometimes there's a reg show T plus 13 they start covering after the reg show T plus 13 period, or sometimes they cover before T plus 13 period. So the Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday is the day that I think we have to be really watch out for. I don't know if they want to drag it till next week. And I think also they want to kill the January OPEX. There's a lot of hype in the January 17 OPEX, right? Jan 17. So like how they run the May run, they did kill the May OPEX. So they did they ran before the January OPEX, right? Like I'm sorry, May OPEX. So I personally think that they might run this thing before January, so that there's no squeeze after January, right? So because they want to drag it out. So and then they're making a bigger run here. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, first of all, yeah, I want to see the confirmation of 35 on Thursday. If nothing happened on Thursday, then it's more likely on Monday. But I don't know. I feel it also. So something's gonna happen on Thursday. All the fractal has been made. So it just they're just kind of dragging things longer. So So I think Thursday something should come out. It's turning in January 1st, and I think maybe the new settlements, or maybe the whole system just kind of, you know, yeah, maybe like because usually when the month changes, there's a whole shift from institutions, right? So maybe the new ballot, like a what do you call that? Like institution does like their own balancing 1 month. So maybe it's since the new year begins, maybe they're buying more small cap, mid cap, things like that. Maybe settlements kicks in, and stuff happens. Also AMC. I'm tracking both AMC and GameStop. I was looking at the Gen 17. I was looking at the Gen 2021, and it didn't seem to run like that because they pushed down the price even more. So I was like, okay, so if that's not the case, then where are we exactly? So I checked the RSI, and the RSI tells you that it's very similar to a May run, like before the May run happened here, right? So this is April. So this fractal here, when you look at the RSI, it has this kind of like moved up and pulled back, right? It's mimicking a same movement here on the RSI, but it's way bigger than May. So I think something is making up here, and I think we hit the bottom. So in terms of AMC, I think AMC is now have to move. I think find the bottom and then start to push things up, and then if we mimicking the same price action on May 1st, which is about to happen here, January 2nd, I think that's when we start to see a rally. And then for AMC, this thing push up this much, and then there's a pullback, right? So AMC does weird stuff. I mean, it is used as a collateral to suppress the like GameStop or other basket stocks. So I personally don't think it's gonna squeeze in January, but we'll more likely see a small rally here in AMC before, or maybe it's around January OPEX area, and then I think we might see same price action from a GameStop. So I think I think there's a setup there. Now we have to now they're gonna run this thing, but the hard part is because May run was extremely fast, but then the current cycle is extremely slow, so it's really difficult to find the timing the market, right? It's extremely slow. It's like 10 times slower than May run, or 8 times or 10 times, right? So it's something there, but yeah, I think we're still about to see a rally. When AMC rally here from May 1st to May 6th, and when you take a look at what happened to GameStop in May 1st to May 6th, so this was May 2nd. So May 2nd, May 3rd, and by the time May 6th arrived, GameStop pushed down, but AMC rally up to this level and then pushed down the price at as same as GameStop. So I think potentially if we are to run with the AMC, we could see this thing push up to January 21st. That's what it seems like here. So we might pass the OPEX cycle. So January 17. So we have to look at this as I think a little bit of a longer duration because of how slow it is, in terms of the whole speed of a fractal, and then algo wise. So January 20. So this is January 22nd. So this is the Jan 22nd. So which means that they're gonna run it until January after OPEX. So January 21st and 22nd. Like there's a possibility. which means that GameStop will more likely will rally, because right now this is the May fractal, but the May fractal doesn't seem to work anymore because of the how slow it is. So this might maybe drag it out a little longer. Maybe it will stretch it out even more. So yeah, but we have to see what the price action is gonna be on Thursday. So let's say maybe Thursday it might move up this much, maybe another one. So this area will be dragged out, I think, until the January 22nd or something like that. So we'll have to see. I want to see how the price action on Thursday, and then depending on that, I think I'll have to adjust the fractal here. But right now, things are extremely slow. So as myself, it's it's pretty hectic to kind of see how things gonna how things gonna run, right? But based on AMC, as I track both GameStop and AMC at the same time, it does seems that the fractals are doing exactly the same thing in AMC, and now the fractals are going to repeat this B cycle, but it's gonna take some time, because in order to run this whole A fractal here, the green box, it took 15 days. But right now it took 81 days, which is about 7 times or 6.5 times slower. So 81 days divided by 15. So yeah, sorry, that's about 5.4 5.4 slower than May run, right? So and then this B phase will take about 9 days. So if you multiply that one, so it's gonna go for 48 days. So if I add 49 days here, that will give you February 18. So we most likely will repeat the same cycle for another 2 months here. So it's extremely slow, and that's what market makers wants to do, right? So I myself, have to try to figure out what the market makers wants to do here, and then it seems like he wanted to delay, right? They wanted to delay this thing as much as they can, and they need more time for accumulation to create a bigger squeeze here. So I think next gap is there's a gap here at $17 to $19, and then in AMC for the next rally, I do expect the gap fill, $17 to $19 gap for the next run, which could happen on February OPEX. But I still want to open the I still want to be open to March OPEX as well. So yeah, we gotta be careful if anybody play options here, because things can change. So yeah, thanks for everybody. Yeah, happy New Year, everyone. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, that's AMC. So yeah, AMC is gonna take some time, and there's gonna be a volatility here. It's not gonna be fun as much as GameStop. I mean, AMC does this weird stuff here, ups and down, doesn't really do anything until squeeze happens. So yeah, AMC is definitely very difficult to track. However, I think it seems like, a lot of people talks about the January cycles and stuff, but yeah, there's gonna be a short-term rally, but I personally don't think the short squeeze will happen in January. It's most likely it will happen in near the February OPEX week or March OPEX. I'm open for the March OPEX week because how the market makers delay these things as long as they can. So I'm open to March OPEX. So that's AMC and GameStop. Let's take a look at Nvidia. So I was tracking this whole Nvidia, the cycles and the fractals, and I placed it right there, so that this is, by the way, 207 Nvidia chart. This is right before the market crash, and I think it's mimicking very similar patterns as 2007 market crash cycle. So yeah, Nvidia's pushed up here, which what it shows in the fractal, and then I do expect more downside here, and by January 15, near the Gen OPEX week, I am hoping to see Nvidia drop this much, about $100 level, and I think that's when that's the confirmation I think I'll get. The market is crashing. And then after that, I do expect Nvidia, push this thing up by the February OPEX, possibly create a liquidity or maybe do another, I don't know, another pump and dump, right? The pump and dump. So like I mentioned, if AMC and GameStop squeeze in February OPEX, Nvidia seems like it's gonna drop, right? So this is when the meme stock squeeze, right? I just kind of put the box here, which I do expect that's when the short squeeze happen in the meme basket stock, and then Nvidia tank, because as you guys know, market makers and they've been using the liquidity graph from the Nvidia, and then I do expect they're gonna grab liquidity from Nvidia, and then there's gonna be a big push down to the $70 level. I might be wrong, but it just really everything seems kind of all wild up together. If GameStop, AMC run, things will crash, and which what happened to Bitcoin crashed into 2021 January when GameStop AMC squeeze. So yeah, maybe this time maybe they want to use the Nvidia as a liquidity to cover their short positions. So I do expect a short squeeze happen in near the February OPEX week, but I'm still open the possibility that squeeze could happen in March. But yeah, I think it's better to live it's better to be flexible. So I think, yeah, we have to open for that kind of March month as well. So market is closed on January 9th, going to affect any squeeze. I personally don't know. I was very skeptical about the market close on January 9th, and then the interesting thing was they already mentioned, the DTCC already mentioned that they're gonna close the. Let me pull this up. I think that Alpha State mentioned about this one. Yeah, it's good that he actually brought this one up. So it's interesting because this happened on June 4th, 2024, this year. DTCC said they can close the markets if they want, but if the former president die, they can close the market, right? Unscheduled closing. So they'll just randomly close the market, and which is very interesting because I think they need to clear some of the settlements here. See, process the data for the clearance and settlement purposes by accepting transaction from so yeah, open exchanges and stuff. So yeah, definitely something is cooking here. Yeah, there's this, there's a reason why they want to close that market for the opportunity. And then yeah, the Roaring Key tweet about this January 9th as well, right? 1 minute and 9 seconds. And I don't know how he knew about this one. It's just a little crazy. But yeah, I mean, there's some things going on for sure. But I personally don't think we're gonna see some sort of a squeeze in January, but we're gonna see a short-term rally, and then we're gonna see a bigger squeeze in February OPEX or March OPEX. And then, but the funny thing is, the crypto market actually dumps on January 8th. Based on my chart, they're closing the market on January 9th, which I think Bitcoin will crash. Okay, it's very interesting. The Bitcoin, this is a Bitcoin chart. The whole fractals that I have it here from 2020 September, August and September, and then this is actually tracking very nicely, and yeah, we might see Bitcoin rise after New Year, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of liquidity come in after New Year, and people want to maybe put money into Bitcoin, whatever. But yeah, the market maker, yeah, they're gonna pull out the liquidity. So it's very interesting how they set it up. The date on January 9th, they're gonna close at the stock market and the Bitcoin crash. I have no idea why they did that, but I think they're preparing liquidity events. So yeah, something is definitely cooking here because they know something's gonna happen, right? So yeah, I think they're preparing some sort of a liquidity events, um, like 1 month advance, because I mean they don't want to get screwed up like what happened in 2021 January, right? They can't they basically just force all the brokers to buy this, force the market, like force the whole brokers not to like basically remove the buy button. So I don't think they're gonna repeat the same thing. So they were gonna prepare in advance not to happen like that. So I think yeah, they're just kind of preparing something, and then maybe they want to prepare this, the liquidity events. So they pull the money out from crypto market, and then they're gonna try to use those things to cover the squeeze when the squeeze event come in February or March. I think that's when they're gonna start to use that liquidity to cover short positions, right? So it's very interesting, yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So that's Bitcoin, Nvidia. So I took a look at AMC and GameStop. So yeah, thanks for tuning in for the short TA. Right, it's New Year's Eve, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a good time with your families and friends. So I'm just gonna do just quick TA updates before we headed to a new year. So happy New Year, everyone, and I hope to see you guys next year in 2025 January. So have a good time with your families and friends and loved ones, and then I'll see you guys next time.